Most people use ChatGPT the same way. They ask it a random question, get a mildly interesting answer, and close the tab. That's the equivalent of buying a Swiss Army knife and only ever using it to open letters. Used intentionally, ChatGPT can save you hundreds of dollars per month. Concrete reductions in specific categories: your food bill, your monthly subscriptions, repairs you used to pay professionals for, and purchasing mistakes you'd otherwise make without the right information. Today, I'm sharing 7 specific practical ways to use ChatGPT to save money every month, and I'll give you the exact prompts so you can copy them directly. All of this works with the free version. You don't need a paid subscription. Method 1. Meal planning to cut your food costs. Food is one of the biggest variable expenses in most budgets, and poor planning is the main reason people overspend. The pattern: you shop without a plan, buy things you might use, half of it goes to waste, and midweek you order takeaway. At the end of the month, you've spent 30 to 40% more than you intended. ChatGPT fixes this in under 2 minutes. Give it your dietary preferences, your budget, and what you already have on hand, and it produces a complete 7-day meal plan with a shopping list organized by category. Here is the prompt. Create a 7-day meal plan for number people with a budget of dollar amount per week. I prefer dietary preferences. I already have list what's in your fridge and pantry. Include a shopping list organized by category. Run this every Sunday before you shop. People who start doing this typically reduce food costs by 20 to 30% in the first month, not because they're eating worse, but because they stop wasting food and stop defaulting to expensive last-minute decisions. Method 2. Getting ChatGPT to write your bill negotiation scripts. Most people don't negotiate their bills because they don't know what to say. ChatGPT removes that friction by writing the script for you, word for word. Here is the prompt. Write me a polite but firm phone script to negotiate a lower rate on my internet for mobile/insurance bill. I've been a customer for X years. I'm currently paying dollar amount per month, and I found a competitor offering the same service for dollar lower amount. What you get is a complete script, an opening, how to present your case, how to handle pushback, and a clear close. Internet bills are commonly negotiated down by $20 to $40 per month. Mobile bills by $15 to $30. Over 12 months, successfully negotiating just 2 of these adds up to several $100s, from a 20-minute call you prepared for in 2 minutes. Method 3. DIY repairs instead of paying professionals for simple jobs. A plumber showing up to fix a dripping tap will charge $100 to $200 regardless of how long the job takes. The reality is that many common household problems, a worn washer, a faulty flapper valve, a blocked dishwasher filter, a clogged dryer vent, are fixable in 30 minutes with a few dollars of parts given clear instructions. ChatGPT gives you those instructions. It walks you through diagnosis, tells you what tools and parts you need, warns you what to watch out for, and tells you when a problem is complex enough that you should call a professional. Prompt. My appliance or fixture is describe the problem. Walk me through how to diagnose and fix this myself. What tools and parts do I need? Is this safe to DIY or should I call a professional? If this guidance saves you even one call out per month at $150, that's $1,800 a year. Method 4. Using ChatGPT for smarter purchasing decisions. ChatGPT doesn't have live prices, but it can tell you something more valuable. What actually matters when buying a product versus what's marketing noise. Which brands have strong reliability track records, whether there are budget alternatives that perform comparably to the premium names, and what questions to ask before you commit. Prompt. I'm thinking about buying a specific product. What should I actually look for? What features are genuinely useful versus marketing noise? Are there reliable budget alternatives? What are common mistakes people make when buying this? The value is in what it prevents. A washing machine chosen on brand recognition rather than reliability data might cost $800 upfront and $300 in repairs within 2 years. 5 minutes with ChatGPT before you buy can prevent exactly that. Quick pause. If you're finding these prompts useful, subscribe. Free AI and money tips every week. Back to the methods. Method 5. Finding free alternatives to things you pay for. Most people are paying for software subscriptions they could replace with a free alternative. They just haven't looked because the research takes time. ChatGPT does it in 30 seconds. Primary prompt. I currently pay for software or service. What are the best free alternatives? For each option, what are the trade-offs compared to what I'm using? You get a specific, curated comparison, not a generic list, but a breakdown of which free alternatives are actually good and where they fall short. Second useful prompt. I pay dollar amount per month for service. Is this good value? What are most people using as alternatives, and are any of them free? Run through your bank statement, find every recurring charge, and ask ChatGPT about each one. Most people find at least one or two subscriptions they can drop or replace without losing anything they actually use. Method 6. Using ChatGPT to start a side income. This isn't about cutting costs, it's about adding income. And ChatGPT makes the hardest part dramatically easier, figuring out what to offer and how to get started. Most people have marketable skills they underestimate: writing, editing, bookkeeping, social media management, tutoring, design. Platforms like Fiverr and Upwork make it easy to connect with paying clients. The problem is usually not the skill. It's not knowing how to package it, price it, or pitch it. Prompt. I have skills and describe your skills. I have X hours per week available. What are the most realistic ways I could earn extra money right now? For the best option, how do I get started? What platform do I use, and what do I charge? This typically produces a specific, actionable starting plan in about 10 minutes. You can then ask ChatGPT to write your freelance profile and draft pitches for your first clients. An extra $200 to $500 per month from side work, combined with the cost reductions from the other methods, compounds your financial progress significantly faster than either approach alone. Method 7. Using ChatGPT as a free financial planning tool. Basic budgeting advice is the kind of thing financial advisors charge hundreds per hour for. For straightforward questions, ChatGPT handles it well, and it's free. Prompt. My monthly take-home income is dollar amount. My fixed expenses are rent $X, utilities $X, car payment $X, insurance $X, subscriptions $X. I want to save $Y per month and pay off dollar debt within time frame. Help me build a realistic budget and identify where I can cut or reallocate. ChatGPT will analyze your numbers and suggest a structured budget. What makes it especially useful is the follow-up. What if I cut my food budget by $100? How much faster does that pay off my credit card? These are questions you'd normally pay for an appointment to ask. One caveat: for complex situations, investments, tax planning, legal structures, consult a qualified professional. For everyday budgeting, ChatGPT is a fully capable free resource. Here are all 7 prompts. Screenshot this or save it somewhere you can find it. 1. Meal planning. Create a 7-day meal plan for number people with a budget of $X per week. I have items in my fridge. Include a shopping list organized by category. 2. Bill negotiation. Write a polite but firm phone script to negotiate my bill type from $current amount to closer to $target amount. I've been a customer for X years. 3. DIY repairs. Me appliances specific problem. Walk me through diagnosing and fixing this myself, including tools, parts, and whether it's safe to DIY. 4. Purchase research. I'm buying a product. What should I look for? What features are marketing noise? And what are reliable budget alternatives? 5. Free alternatives. I pay for service. What are the best free alternatives and what are the trade-offs? 6. Side income. I have skills in X and Y hours per week. What's the most realistic way to earn extra money and how do I get started? 7. Budget planning. My take-home income is $X per month. My expenses are list. I want to save $Y per month. Help me build a realistic budget. Save those. Use them this week. 7 ways to use ChatGPT to save money: meal planning, bill negotiation, DIY repairs, smarter purchasing, finding free alternatives, building a side income, and budget planning. Every single one works with the free version of ChatGPT. No paid tools, no technical knowledge, no financial background required. If you only do one this week, make it the meal planning prompt. Run it on Sunday before you shop and see what your food spending looks like at the end of the month. Most people are surprised by how much that one change moves the number. Subscribe for more practical AI and money tips every week. Drop a comment. Which of these 7 are you going to try first? See you in the next one.